thought it'd be a good topic for the workshop, because we do get this question quite a bit, and it hasn't been implemented by Jeremy. But some people, especially more like stock traders, right? They want to be able to base their profit targets or stop loss on a percentage, right? And so BlackBird is currently only capable of tick-based offsets there. When you're kind of setting an offset value there. So let me get this up here so that way we're all on the same page and know what we're talking about. There we go. All right, and I'll just pick the 10 tick stop loss there. All right, so when you open up the stop loss, and we're going to open up the initial placement here, right? So this menu here, which is a multifaceted menu, right? So you could base your stop loss off of bar prices with an offset, right? So there's a dedicated section down here for offsetting, right? And so it does. So regardless if you're using prices, plus an offset, or if you're using an indicator plus an offset, right? This offset section stays the same. So, and at some point, Jeremy's supposed to get around to adding more measurement units. There you go. Yeah. So, right now we only have the tick as a measurement unit, but at some point this is supposed to be expanded so that we have points as a measurement unit, percentage, and probably we'll have a dedicated ATR as a measurement unit just to kind of simplify it. So right now, if you want to use ATR, that's what this indicator is for in the offset section. So just to kind of illustrate here, let's create another order set. And for this stop loss, right, I'll use the ATR stop loss there. And if we open up this one and then open up this initial placement, right, you can see the ATR is not in this area up above, right? Actually, the mode is set to price, not indicator, because the ATR is being used as an offset. So the ATR, you can see, is actually entered down here in the offset section. So this indicator here, just I guess to go a little beyond, this topic here, this indicator in the offset section is only for indicators that have an output value in points. So if you forget that, just ask yourself, what measurement unit does the ATR output? Right? It outputs in points. It's telling you the average true range in the instrument's point value. So it's not ticks, it's point values. So the indicators that the only indicators that work down here are indicators that output in a point-based value system. And so because of that, this little trick here that is so simple and so obvious, it even passed up my my coming up with this, and Mike actually discovered it in one of his private one-on-one trainings, which is to use the SMA indicator, and then you can calculate a percentage by using the SMA indicator with a period of 1, right? So obviously the SMA with a period of 1 is just feeding you the closing price of the bar, right? So that's really all this is it's just another way of pulling in the closing bar price, into that offset section, and then you can just use the factoring right there, and you can see it goes out to 2 decimal points, right? So that would be 1% right there. So just taking the closing price that we can obtain by using the SMA 1 period, and then multiplying it using the factor, to specify, what percentage do we want to use as an offset there. So All right, so let's get rid of that. So let's open up the initial placement again. So in here, so in the offset, again, we'll open up the indicator list. Let's do a search for the SMA. And of course, the EMA would do the same. Pretty much I think any moving average with a period of 1 will just feed back the closing price. But, but I think most people just seems more obvious to use the SMA. All right, so there we go. An SMA with a period of 1. And then the factor, right? So that's just a multiplier. And so if we just say, let's see, negative 0.01, so, right, that is 1% mathematically. So, as a multiplier. So remember, factoring is just a fancy mathematical word for multiplying. So, right. And I don't think, no, you can. Okay. Yeah, I thought the factor was actually rounded off to the nearest hundredth, but no, it's not. So, right, so we can do 1.5%, or we can do 0.5%, right? So this will calculate a stop loss 0.5%. 0.5% based on whatever the closing price of the bar was. And also, let me put this back to price, right? So again, the anchor point that we're gonna add or subtract the offset to, right, is going to be the entry price there. So we'll take the entry price and then add this offset here, and of course this offset will equal a negative number because we're using a negative multiplier there. So, and yeah, let me also, let's get rid of the tick offset there. There we go. So 0 ticks offset. Just take the SMA and put in 0.5% there. All right, let's do that. And then just for good measure, let's go ahead, set up a profit target there. And you notice, right, I started with the ATR profit target. Not that really gives me any advantage or any shortcut, but it does remind you that, oh yeah, that's right, let's replace the ATR with the SMA. So let's do that again. So there we go, the SMA is already in my search box, and double click on that, add that down there. Remember to change the period to 1. And then, let's see, let's do a 1% profit target there. Right. And there we go. Click OK. And let's see. So 1% means that our profit target is going to be about 182 points away, and our stop loss should be about 91 points away. Let's go long, and there we go. So our profit target's way out there, at 182 points away approximately, and there's our profit target, about 91 points, give or take. All right, so there we go. Topic number 1, pretty simple and straightforward. So a workaround to calculating a percentage-based profit target or stop loss. So, and there we go. It's even in the name of these exit orders here, right? You can see there's the multiplier times the SMA.